so it didn't show.
Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht.
Da, da, da. 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 Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Da, da, da. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht.
I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Da, da, da. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Da, da, da. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Da, da, da. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht. Da, da, da. Ich lieb dich nicht, du liebst mich nicht.
What's going on at this end of the pub? We have a sporting lunchtime lecture about 4 times a year before City home matches. We haven't had to have one this year for the very good reason things have been a bit busy. This is the talk that Paul should have given for the last game of last season, but for obvious reasons we decided it might be a good idea not to go ahead, and thank God we didn't. It was a pyro insanity day, wasn't it? So there we go. So Paul's going to talk about things I don't know what he's going to talk about. I suspect he doesn't know what he's going to talk about, but he reckons it's something to do with German fandom culture and philosophy. So he's brought a lot of books, he's got some props, and we'll just pass you on to Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, just thought I'd start with a couple of gags. There we go. That's about as funny as it's going to get. Was going to do this talk, I think it originally last November even, which was going to be a sort of follow-up to the previous talk I'd done a few weeks before, but I realised I'd forgotten a load of stuff in that talk and I wanted to put it right, get it on the record, but now I've forgotten everything. And, so you just have to see what happens here, because I've got a load of material on me, but there's no way I'm going to be able to go through it all, so it's going to be a bit hit and miss. I've got a radio with me as well in case we need to listen to anything else. And I'll just see if I've got any more gags in it. No, there's no more gags in it. You believe I just let you need one. Right, so, well, actually, I think I'll start with Margaret.
Hello, everybody. Well, I just want to know what all of this Heidegger stuff's all about, Paul, please.
Yeah, Heidegger. Don't mention Heidegger. Actually, somebody bought me a book a few years ago, which was it's a Cambridge Heidegger lexicon, and it's so heavy I can't even open it, and I've not opened it, as you can see, but it's really heavy. I don't know, I keep trying to lift it up. But one of the things Heidegger says, which is quite interesting, is all sorts of things that we do in the world, but we do without thinking about. So, for instance, when we pick up our pint of glass, we're not necessarily thinking about it. We just presume we know what kind of weight it is. You know, we only really think about it when we suddenly can't pick it up anymore. And this is what Heidegger calls being in the world. But there's all sorts of practices and activities that we already engage in without really thinking about them. And in fact, when you start thinking about things, things go badly wrong. And so, for instance, especially in sport, you start thinking about batting technique, then you're trying to correct it. Whereas when you're playing with flow and freely, you normally kind of everything's ready to hand, and you're actually going with the rhythm, with the kind of natural rhythm of sport. So Heidegger's quite useful just at that basic level. But also in relation, I don't know if you remember when Margaret brought a scrapbook in, her dad's scrapbook. Now, what Heidegger also was interested in is how these objects reveal worlds. So this scrapbook is not just a load of signatures, it actually opens a world of meaning, a world of desire, a world of belonging, and it shows up a whole host of things that other people believe in as well, or are interested in. For instance, I'm not particularly interested in balls. Although saying that, I've got to be careful how I say this. Balls do grip me. Did I get that right? The right way around. Yeah, that's right. So balls do grip me because balls draw me into their orbit. Even more so if I'm playing spot the ball, which I actually love. And spot the ball, it draws you in. You know, you've got to, in order to be drawn into spot the ball, you have to actually really be into the world of football. Otherwise, it's meaningless to you. I remember, I think last time I was saying to you, you see 22 people running around the pitch. For some people, just walk past them, you know, 22 blokes running around the pitch, or 22 women running around the pitch. But if you're really into it, you stop and you look. And you take, yeah, so Heidegger's really interested in this kind of engagement. Now, Margaret with her book, what's interesting is that book might seem old, but it sort of lives today, it lives on. And people give it a life, bring it to life. And so history for Heidegger is never just something in the past, it's something which is already alive in the present and also projecting itself into the future. I've got now another thing that Heidegger's interested in is mood. Now what Heidegger says is we're always in a mood. Okay, I usually at this point like to play Jive Bunny, but I'm convinced Keith won't let me put Jive Bunny on. Although, what he will let me put on is Russ Abbott's Atmosphere. Could you put that on quickly, please? Because this exactly exemplifies Heidegger's point about mood.
Jive Bunny on the Master Mixers.
Is it the Jive Bunny on the Master Mixers? Oh, hang on a minute, this could be interesting. Yeah. Oh, sorry, we've got to turn everything over. Hang on a second. This is where I've got my radio.
Kill for me.
Now, Heidegger's point here is that even if the radio is not tuned in, it's still picking something up. We're always in a mood. There you go. What was that, Keith? That was Russ Abbott's Atmosphere, which I'm sure you all enjoyed. Basically, if you don't remember it, I'll just do a quick read. Oh, what an atmosphere! I love a party with a happy atmosphere. Oh, and I will take you there, and you and I will go dancing in the cool night air. Is that all right? Everything off. And keep sending on to put on karaoke ever at the record cafe, you see? There's another one, TikTok. So yeah, so the radio, even when it's picking up static, it's always trying to tune into something. And Heidegger says this is what a human being is. It's always trying to pick up signals. It tunes in and tunes out. And by tuning in, you become engaged with something. And that draws you in. So in a way, you tune into football. You tune into Bradford. You tune into North Parade. And this attunement is what Heidegger also says involves a kind of care. Because you decide you want to tune in. It's important to tune in. And by tuning in, the world reveals things that if you didn't tune in, just wouldn't be revealed. Okay. Margaret?
I was just wondering about when you talk about tuning in, like when people are going to football matches, for example, just the whole build-up, going into the stadiums, into the grounds, and the whole kind of atmosphere and mood that's there, how people are tuning in then, and also when players are coming onto the pitch, and there's always a song or something that's, you know, the club has a song, doesn't it, that they all come out to.
Yeah, so in other words, for Heidegger, mood is also collective. When you go to a football match, you can start off walking there on your own, but gradually other people start coming in from all angles. And it's like, it's not exactly red arrows, but, you know, things are coming in. So, it's not, but you know what I mean? It's like there's a sort of, or line dancing. Imagine line dancing, a really good line dance where you start off on your own, you're doing all the, like, you know, yee-haw, you know, you've got the cowboy hat on. Next thing you know, somebody else turns up with a cowboy hat, somebody else turns up. Or, you know, you've got community. So it's like going on Bradford City, although you don't really have a cowboy hat. Not yet. I don't know Burton Albion, where they cowboy hats. Oh, yeah. And so this is kind of in the sense that mood is always collective. Mood is not something like, because Heidegger's key concept is Dasein. Okay, you don't have to go into a big detour in German, but like, Dasein means being there. You're always somewhere, being there. So when I say here I am, it's not, I'm not in here. But I think I'm in here, but no, I'm here. Here I am. And this is the way that we live. We live with others, what Heidegger calls Mitsein, like being with and being there, are the two essential ideas that Heidegger wants to communicate about how we circulate around the world. Now, I'm going to talk to you about crap. There's a book here called Crap's Last Tape. Yes, it is. Crap's Last Tape.
Brilliant play.
It's a brilliant play, and the interesting thing about Crap is that Crap, when he's 69, he records a tape on his birthday every year. I've got tape here. Here's a tape. This one is Elkie Brooks. I don't know if anybody remembers Elkie Brooks. Would you like to have this tape as a gift? So,
Earl's a winger.
oh, so yeah, brilliant. So, and the thing is, with the nature of tapes, as we know, is that cassettes, you know, they're always in fast forward, you rewind, you kind of loop around, and all sorts of stuff like this. And this is part of what in a way, history is. History is like a cassette, but of course, history is also a sort of loop, and also a kind of things that go wrong and go off in other directions. For instance, when you're trying to fix your cassette. Sorry, is this? Oh, no. Oh, right. Oh, this could be a game changer. Look at this technology in the record cafe. You would have thought. Yeah, this is the last broadcast by Doves. Here we go, EZ cast. Hang on, let's have a look. Sorry, you don't mind me doing this? Apologies for anybody who wanted anything normal. All right.
Hang on.
Keith taking some away.
Oh, hang on. Well, you know, that's too much, see. I think, you know, let's show the love for... Oh, it's not as easy enough, as you can see, it's not two of them. All right.
You do it on the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Start, yeah.
All right.
Fine. Is it a hang on, Android, hang on.
Oh, he's on Android.
On this one.
I'll get some more and see if we can get some more phone while I'm talking. You ever try and see how to do that? Okay, while we're waiting for this, I brought this cricket ball in, which is very important. I don't know if you see that, Joe. It's a cricket ball.
Yeah, man, brilliant. Yeah, man, brilliant.
Can you see it? Cricket ball here. Right, you ready? Who can catch this? No, it's actually.
It's grade A.
Grade A cricket ball.
To MCC regulations.
There you go.
Entirely handmade.
Entirely handmade.
It's Duke, it's not Duke.
First thing I'm going to Oh, Now, what Heidegger says, if you want to know what a cricket ball is, you don't just inspect it. You want to know what a cricket ball is, you chuck it to Abdul Qadir. You want to know what a cricket ball is, you chuck it to Dennis Lilly. You want to know what a cricket ball is, you chuck it to Dishambedi. Left arm spinner. And eventually now you find out what a cricket ball does. And so a cricket ball has a life which is revealed by a really skilled practitioner. And not only that, but a cricket ball, you can argue, is like a ventriloquist dummy. Because a cricket ball has a life of its own. And also speaks. So a cricket ball, actually I was listening to an interview after I think one of the test matches, great test series this summer, and so he's saying, oh, think about the ball began to talk. The ball began to talk. What more obvious example of ventriloquism do you want than that? So that's a cricket ball. That's that bit done. Right. Okay, the next thing about Heidegger is a film here called Wings of Desire.
I can't see you, but I know you're here. I feel it. You've been hanging around since I got here. I wish I could see your face. Just look into your eyes and tell you how good it is to be here. Just to touch something. See, that's cold. I feel good. Or, here, to smoke. Have coffee. And if you do it together, it's fantastic. Or to draw. You know, you take a pencil and you make a dark line. Then you make a light line. And together it's a good line. But when your hands are cold, you rub them together. See, that's good. That feels good. There's so many good things. But you're not here. I'm here. I wish you were here. I wish you could talk to me. 'Cause I'm a friend. Compañero.
Anybody know it? It's a great film. Peter Falk in it, absolutely fantastic. There he is, outside a little. He's outside a little. I don't know. You know those like snack vans that sell. Yeah, bratwurst. Bratwurst, currywurst, and all that sort of stuff. And the thing is, he's saying to people about life, what matters about life are all these simple pleasures of being in the world. Because in this film, there's all these angels who sort of observe the world. And they're okay, they're like the guardians of the world to a certain extent. But what Peter Falk says, well, come and be in it. Be in it, feel the coffee, smell the beans, you know, taste the bratwurst, enjoy Keith's cheese. And so on and so forth. And that is Wings of Desire in a nutshell. Okay, I've done crap. Sorry about that. I tried to do better. And I've done crap. Now I'm going to do squiggles. This is Tristram Shandy, which is a novel by Lawrence Sterne, 18th century novel. Great novel. Yes. And basically it's a novel full of digressions, diversions. It's a novel, so it's a book of 9 volumes, and he digresses so much. By the 4th volume, he's only just told you he's been born. It's taken him about 300 pages to say, and then I was born. So that's how much he was digressing. Anyway, this is football, and this is history, because of course football doesn't necessarily go in a straight line. Now, sorry, I'm just going to have to use my technology here, which is mainly magnets. Yeah, these are my magnets. I've got 3 magnets there. Okay, I'm going to take them off. Right, there's no magnets anymore. I put them in my pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line. Right? Or maybe get somebody to draw a line. Do you draw me a line? Yeah. There you go.
It's been played steady with it.
Like that, that's a good line. It's a decent line. Decent length. Line length. There you go. It's a decent line. Now, what Tristram Shandy does is in his lines go like this. This is his novel. It goes like this. So he's resisting that idea of going from A to B. The way it goes when you watch a football match, when there's a football match, it goes from A to B. Okay, 90 minutes, it gets to the end and blah, blah, blah. But to be honest with you, you'd be 2-0 up with like, 10 minutes to go. We're never 2-0 Okay, you can be 1-0 up with 3 minutes. Right, and anyway, that's that. Right, we've got next. Oh yeah, Tower of Babel. Oh no, Rabelais. Yeah, Rabelais. Huh?
Don Quixote.
Oh yeah, Don Quixote. Oh yeah, Don Quixote. What a great book. Whispers.
Yes, the magnets.
Oh yeah, magnets. Hang on.
It's not there to. It's not straight away. I know.
Then we go back to the magnets.
Hang on, I've got my magnets at the back. I mean, I've also installed a new kitchen. Hang on, I've lost some magnets, but don't worry, it's happened before. I'll just leave that with you. Look at that for me. Right, so anyway, Don Quixote, that's the magnet stuff done. Don Quixote. Now, what Don Quixote is, a bit of a dreamer. He reads a lot of novels like Knights, going on crusades, getting marrying beautiful women, princesses, slaying dragons, doing whatever else and so on. A bit of an idealist, he reads lots of books, he wants to live them out. And so he does all, he gets his armour on, he sets off, he starts tilting at windmills, he thinks the giants are actually windmills, he ends up nearly killing himself again and again and again. He goes on these damn full crusades, a bit like Obi-Wan Kenobi was telling Luke Skywalker to go on in Star Wars. And he goes on these crusades and he lives in an illusion. And you could argue that's madness, to live this illusion that he believes is a knight. But you could argue this is what the true reality of dreaming and being a football fan is. To live that madness, to go on that crusade, to head yourself down to Macclesfield. No, where's the exotic places that Bradford City got? You get on the autobahn. Get yourself down to Godfrey. And so, we might have the technology working. Let's have a look. Because if it is, I can show you this scene from the film. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is dubbed the last broadcast, which is great. Hang on a second, this is great. I'll do that in a minute. What I wanted to do, but yeah, Don Quixote, the tragedy of Don Quixote is at the end, his family and everyone's trying to say, oh, break out of all this kind of football fandom madness, don't go on that, don't do this madness. Stop reading Shoot, stop reading Match, stop reading Roy Rovers, stop reading all those things that make you dream of being a footballer and being a football fan. Stop doing it now and come home and be normal. He don't want to go home and be normal. He wants to go on the road, he wants to be on the road, he wants to get on the dolly bus. Where does the dolly bus take you, Dave?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Exactly, so there you go. Do you have a dolly bus in front? Or some kind of pub bus? No,
Is the dolly bus from the corn dog?
Yeah.
Yes. The dolly trolley.
We love it.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, Keith. What's the manager? Oh, he's outside, he's alright. Yeah, he's locking you in, can't you? But at the end of this, it's really tragic. I'm sure with your tears, Margaret, at the end, remember yesterday, I was
Oh, it's so sad.
at the end, it's so sad because he ends up giving up on his, quest, his football fandom, whatever, he's riding his horse, his armour, his lance and whatever else, and searching for princesses and whatnot. And he goes home and he sort of says, well, it was all an illusion. And he kind of becomes sane. he says, oh, I apologise to, what's the name of the bloke who was with, Sancho, Panzo. And he apologises, look, I'm sorry, I took all these adventures to Altrincham, to Wickham, and wherever you went to in your life to get you such a good time. And he apologises and says, look, I'm just being answerable. And at the end, you feel sorry for him because it was actually his illusion which gave him his meaning in his life. And his illusion kept him going. And you could argue that football fans are fundamentally deluded. It's just not a normal thing to do. And he says, and again, he leaves all his estates to his niece and a couple of people. And he leaves this condition. He says to his niece, I'm going to leave you this money or this property on one condition, that you never marry a football fan. And it's almost like he's saying, okay, he said it's actually one condition, he doesn't read books about knights. Not Gladys Knights or
Barron Knights.
Barron Knights. Any other knights, what right?
Knights in White Satin.
Knights in White Satin. Crazy knights. Can't beat Peter here. So that's Don Quixote. That's that done. Okay, the next one is Milan Kundera, Czech author.
Whoa.
Yeah, highbrow. Dave. Highbrow stuff. You don't get your Common Garden Percy Thrower down here. This is Milan Kundera, The Unbearable Lightness of Being. So what is the unbearable lightness of being? Well, it's so heaviness, you could argue, is every decision, because you only live once. So you make your decisions as a sort of burden. This isn't about existentialism in a way, because there's a burden you could have chosen otherwise. But it's so right to just decide to go to the Corn Gully. Yes. Oh, sorry, Steve. Tell him I didn't start this. Sorry, Pete, it's just something was happening. It's okay, that's all right now, it's all right. We're all right now. We haven't done it. We're all right now. Anyway, so, but what under if it's unbearable lightness of being, it also relates it to kind of the idea of Nietzsche, of the eternal recurrence of the same. Now, what Nietzsche means by this, and it's in a book called Busting Zarathustra. You might know Zarathustra from that amazing song by The Fall, which is like those free range. This is the winter of your mind. This is the song without end, or whatever. It goes on and on and on. And it's a great. Imagine you got to live your life as if you were eternally going to repeat it again and again and again, and you wouldn't worry about it. So when you go to Wickham, when you go to Burton, when you go to wherever you go to, you've got to believe I'd do it all again. I'd do it all again. Even with the defeat, the pain, everything. The way you say owning. Owning. All the authenticity is for existentialists, it's owning. It's like owning what you are. And it's saying to yourself, okay, I'm a Burton fan. A lot of people think I'm that. But I own it. Okay, I'm on the dolly bus. I've got a carrier bag full of Carling. And I'm owning it.
Rude, Carly.
No, sorry. He got Carly behind the bar under the couch.
You wouldn't get on the dolly bus with Carling.
You won't get the dolly bus with Carly, no, you're absolutely right. Who stole my Elkie Brooks tape? Oh, sorry, again, it was gifted out. Sorry. Lost it. I've got Mood of Brass anyway. Okay, so that's that. That's pretty good. I've got my casting working as well, which is really good. So yeah, what else we got? Oh, we've got other films. Oh yeah, another good film is this is where Richard Benson will have to advise pictures. I think the angel Daniel, he actually goes down to he actually becomes, because he falls in love with the trapeze artist, doesn't he? And then he gets in, becomes human, or mortal, or whatever the words are. Yeah, the other film I was going to talk about, other than the Big Lebowski, which I'll come to shortly, It's the seventh seal by Ingmar Bergman. Don't say we're not highway. Anyone know it? Yeah, great. 1957.
Vem är du?
Jag är döden.
Kommer du för att hämta mig?
Jag har redan länge gått vid din sida.
Det vet jag.
Är du beredd?
Min kropp är rädd. Inte jag själv. Vänta ett ögonblick.
Så säger ni alla. Men jag lämnar inga uppskov.
Du spelar ju schack, inte sant?
Hur vet du det?
Ja. Jag har sett det på målningar och hört i visorna.
Ja, jag är verkligen en ganska skicklig schackspelare.
Du kan ändå inte vara skickligare än jag.
Varför vill du spela schack med mig?
Det är min sak.
Det har du rätt i.
Villkoret är att jag får leva så länge jag står dig emot. Spelar jag det matt, förger du mig. Du fick svart.
Det passar ju bäst så. Inte sant?
The film starts as a guy on the beach in Benidorm, and basically the Grim Reaper turns up and he says, look, you're going to die now, this is your time is up. And the guys, as you do in Benidorm, he's sitting on the beach with a chessboard, and he says, I'll tell you what, Grim Reaper, what we'll do is, if I beat you at chess, I'll stay alive. If you beat me, okay, you can take my soul, do whatever you want with it, put it into a golden soul club, wherever you want to go, and so on and so forth. So is this then Blocks, it's called Block, isn't it? So Chocolate Block starts playing with Grim Reaper. Anyone remember Chocolate Block from telly, good programme? And starts playing with Grim Reaper. But in the midst of this game, you see all these other kind of things happening. Block goes off to try and find meaning in his life because he's face to face with death. What did it all mean? What did it all mean? And he comes across some, is it like an acrobat or a juggler or something, job? Comes across his family, suddenly gets really close to them, I think, doesn't he, Richard? These people. And then he suddenly realises the meaning of life is not to find some ultimate truth or to find some kind of amazing, why did it all happen? But the meaning of life is just to enjoy these simple pleasures. For instance, drinking darling. And these simple pleasures of life, which other people, by the way, would got rid of. It's not that everyone has to, do the same thing. But Job shows him a way to be. And he realises then that being there and being somewhere is to be more like maybe Job. Okay, it's not simplistic as that, which I know is very. Also, it wasn't on a beach in Benidorm. And so on. But what you get there at the end as well is that Block sort of realise what matters. And so Block suddenly realised that things matter to him more than just knowledge, truth, and so on. And but what matters is kind of faith. And what matters is not necessarily things revealing themselves as, okay, I need to know the answers, I need to know the answers. No, you just need to start juggling. No, you just need to start throwing cricket balls at walls. No, you just need to start, what other activities have you been doing? What things we do? Dominoes. You get involved with that, and believe me, your life just drifts away. With dominoes. But there, you've done it, it's a meaningful life. It matters to you. I used to go and play dominoes with Grandad all the time. Some of the best times I ever had in my life. But playing dominoes. How many hours I wasted in dominoes? That's my life, and I have to own it. And I own it. It's lovely. And hang on a second, talking about actually, crap. Sorry, no more gags left, but crap. He spends his time on the birthday, likes to have bananas. This is the banana I've made earlier.
Sorry, mate, you can't bring your own food in here.
Well, it's actually not food, it's an art object. It's an object art. You can say, any idea what this is? And there it is, this is the banana. Anyway, Cross, he's gone through 3, 4 bananas. He likes his bananas. He's probably going bananas, of course, as well. Obviously, that's a very easy thing to say. But in crap, where's my crap book? Crap book. Crap book, there we go. Crap. I won't be able to read this probably. But he talks about how much time. So I've got a line on. Hang on, it's not to read the front side. Well, you go, he doesn't take every young birthday, it's all like what he's up to, so it's all right.
And the resolutions. To drink less in particular. Statistics. 1,700 hours out of the preceding 8,000 odd consumed on licensed premises alone. More than 20%, say 40% of his waking life.
He said, oh, my resolution this year is to drink less. And then he goes through the statistic. 1,700 hours out of the preceding 8,000 odd consumed on licensed premises alone.
Flagging pursuit of happiness. Unattainable laxation. Sneers at what he calls his youth and thanks to God that it's over. Shadows of the opus magnum. Closing with a yelp to Providence.
That was supposed to be in the record.
Exactly what he's talking about. Our lives are finite. We're always running ahead towards an end we're all going to die. You know, I know it sounds very morbid. It's not necessarily a morbid thing to think about, because what it does, it summons you and calls you to kind of believe in something, to kind of take an interest in something, to try and engage with existence. But, you know, while you're actually still there, because, you know, you have this time that's ticking. And so, again, the idea of authenticity is simply owning up. In fact, this is how we spend the time, rather than saying, this is a tragedy of feels in a way, because he feels always all worthless. And I feel so sad. You know, I feel sad about that. Because his family is he almost at the end of the maybe simplifying it slightly. And he saw it almost like he said, oh, I wish I'd not done all that. I wish I'd not done all that. It actually makes me want to cry. You know, when you think of like the football fans, it's not an interesting thing. Imagine Bradford City won the FA Cup. Soon. Again, it's really right, and well, imagine before the day, 3 days before, so he followed Bradford City, all their life dies. There's a certain tragedy in that. There was a phone-in once on Talk Sports, actually, something similar about, I think England, they got to the World Cup final or something. And people who followed England all the way through or whatever else weren't there anymore. And it allowed people to open up about their relation to football and their relation to the family and their relation to the generation. People would love to have seen Bradford City win the FA Cup, but never got to see it. It didn't mean they didn't give up on their German, you know. I study German. I'm never going to speak German particularly well. I'm never going to, you know, it doesn't make me stop. You know, it doesn't make you stop. And then somebody might say, I want to waste my time, why don't you drink coffee? And I say, okay, I'll still learn German, you know. So there you go. So that's about time, finitude. What time is it actually?
It's irrelevant.
Is it relevant?
We're in the moment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Big Lebowski coming up soon. This is Bradford is lit. You might remember it from last night. Anybody in Bradford also tonight? Here's a couple of Bradford's lit posters I've just quickly done. And basically, illumination. This is the other thing about philosophy. It's about illumination. It's about things, worlds revealing themselves. And this is what the task of history is. This is the way the task of philosophy and the task of a football fan. The task of being interested in anything. The task of a cricket bowler is to make a cricket ball reveal something you've never seen before. So, you know, all those amazing deliveries by Shane Warne stick out. Panenka reveals something about football that never happened before. 1976, Czechoslovakia. It was still Czechoslovakia. They were also in the Eurovision Song Contest that year and finished 5th. And yet the team played Germany in the final. I think they won it, didn't they? And Panenka stepped up, and he wasn't like these funny fancy penalties that everyone was doing that. He actually stepped up his first time dog, and he actually literally just lobs it really slowly. It's amazing how slow it is when you compare it to how people do it these days. It doesn't seem like proper Panenkas. You don't see a real Panenka. You see, what do you see?
Fake Panenkas.
Fake Panenkas. Now, who would have thought somebody would like be listening to talk about fake Panenkas? You know, I mean, I was going to wear my Roy Keane face mask, but... okay, that's Panenka. Okay, we've got the Big Lebowski. There's a great line about nihilists in this. Now let's see if I just watch a bit of a film. You don't mind me putting that back, that line. So I'll show that one that's kind of a bit... It's funny though, isn't it? Okay, Big Lebowski. It's got the dude abides. The dude abides is kind of Gelassenheit, or how do you call it, Gelassenheit. It's kind of letting things be. But abiding is not just saying, oh, it is what it is. Abiding is going with the ebb and flow and rhythm, and it's also being concerned for things. He loves his rug. Your rug, he just ties them together, man. And this rug ties the room together. A bit like a football stadium. Ties the community together. And these things are objects of care, objects of love, and they tie things together. And of course, the Lebowski has this big scene with the nihilists, and the nihilists is a great moment where John Goodman character says to him, he says, oh no, I think he's done, he says, what they Nazis do? What they Nazis? And he said, no, Donnie, they were nihilists. They believe in nothing. And,
Nothing changes. Fucking Nazis.
They were Nazis, dude?
Oh, come on, Donnie. They were threatening castration.
Uh-huh.
Are we going to split hairs here?
No.
Am I wrong?
Well,
Man, they were nihilists, man.
Huh?
They kept saying they believe in nothing.
Nihilists. Fuck me. I mean, say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism, dude. At least it's an ethos.
Yeah.
okay, well, I've got this other. Of course, there's also a great scene for a Big Lebowski with the rules. Of course, you've got John Goodman. Over the line!
Woo! I'm slamming him tonight. You guys are dead in the water.
All right! Way to go, Donnie! If you will it, it is no dream.
Fucking 20 minutes late, man. What the f is that?
Theodore Herzl.
Huh?
State of Israel. If you will it, dude, it is no dream.
What the f are you talking about, man? The carrier. What's the fucking carrier?
Huh? Oh, Cynthia's dog. I think it's a Pomeranian. I can't leave him home alone or he eats the furniture. I'm watching it while Cynthia and Marty Ackerman are going to
You brought a fucking Pomeranian bowling?
Brought it bowling. I didn't rent it shoes. I'm not buying it a fucking beer. He's not taking your fucking turn, dude.
Man, if my fucking ex-wife asked me to take care of her fucking dog while she and her boyfriend went to Honolulu, I'd tell her to go fuck herself. Why can't you board it?
First of all, dude, you don't have an ex. Secondly, this is a fucking show dog with fucking papers. You can't board it. It gets upset.
Hey,
its hair falls out.
Walter.
Fucking dog has fucking papers. Over the line!
Huh?
I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
Bullshit. Mark at 8, dude.
Excuse me. Mark at 0. Next frame.
Bullshit, Walter. Mark at 8, dude.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, Walter, come on. It's just, hey, man, it's Smokey. So his toe slipped over a little, you know? It's just a game, man.
This is a league game. This determines who enters the next round robin. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't...
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I wasn't over. Give me the marker, dude. I'm marking an 8.
Smokey, my friend, you're entering a world of pain.
Walter, man.
You mark that frame an 8, you're entering a world of pain.
I'm not...
A world of pain.
Look, dude, this is your partner.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules? Market zero!
They're calling the cops, man. Put the piece away.
Market zero!
Walter, put the piece away.
Walter? You think I'm around here? Market zero!
All right, it's zero. You happy, you crazy?
It's a league game, Smoke.
Anyway, John Goodman, ex-Vietnam vet, I think, whatever he is, comes out his door and he says, look, mark it as zero, mark it zero, mark it zero. I wasn't over the line, man, it was over the line. Mark it zero. He pulls out his gun. And this, you could argue that this is kind of taking the rules slightly too far, you know, like so, but it's a very funny and interesting scene. Everything else about the Lebowski Mark Group was interesting. I can't remember something else about it, wasn't there, really? Of course, he's really into his bowling. He loves his world, he loves his friends, you know, he doesn't necessarily live in a world where knowledge is important. What's important is to live in a world, to be with others. And this is one of the most beautiful things that Heidegger's philosophy starts to talk to us about, is what's really important is, would you want to be with anybody else? Would you want to be doing anything else? A bit like thought of football. Would you want to be doing anything else? Will you look back on it fondly? Will you look back on it fondly? And I think, yes, I think anybody who's loved football all their lives looks back even on the pain with a certain fondness. Okay, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. But there's a kind of fondness. And this fellowship is kind of what is so important to sport as a meaningful and creative world. But of course, sport's been going for a long time. And thanks to John here, John, go on, can you stand up? You just say yes or no. There we go, that's John. Sorry, lad.
Hello, everybody.
John. And finally, he's the man who sells me beer in the corner shop. So you see, this already is a community. You see, this is an expanding community. And he lives in a corner shop. Well, no, you don't live in a corner shop. He's working in a corner shop. And there's a book here he lent me by Rabelais. It's a Middle Ages sort of Renaissance kind of book, 16th century French writer, where he's talking about two giants being educated. And rather than having been educated in a kind of scholastic way, I used to have to do rote learning at school. I actually had to learn things like Latin from Shakespeare and so on and so forth. Rabelais sees education as going out into the world. You go out into the world. You go out into the world. A bit like, you want to know what a cricket ball is? Well, pick one up. Don't just scientifically analyse it, weight, and size, everything else. Pick one up and start chucking it. And these giants go around the world, and he ends up doing all sorts of really bizarre sports and pastimes. I've got a long list of about 400 of them. And I'm just going to read a few of them out. I'm also listening to get some light. Hang on. Yeah, so it's not okay. It was all the obvious ones like footballs, knick-knack, lurch, little queen, catch-a-goo-goo. What else have we got? Tickly, your ass's foot. Friend, lend me your sack. That is supposed to go. And all these are various games that we were doing. Skittles, obviously, ball on a green. Catchers catch can, the 13th man, top and tail and fart in the front. Catch you can go green in May, fair and far and lengths away, handstands, hopscotch. Open up some pages of rank. And so on and so forth. Anyway, that very different pastimes that were going on in the 16th century. It looks like I'm not really going to be able to do much more really now. And part of me is kind of wondering whether I could just show a video, because one of the things about Bradford lit up is light is never only light, it's also shadow. There was a lovely video of the 1934 World Cup. Oh no, it's not that one. Oh, sorry. This is yours, Margaret. Here we go. This is a 1934 World Cup final, but look at the pitch. This is a clearing, what Heidegger calls a clearing. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, people up in the trees, picking bananas. There you go. And the thing about football, about goalposts as well, interestingly, actually, Joe, that's not camera here, about goalposts is, in a way, objects which traditional philosophy as inert things take on lives of their own. And so in a film like The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, you get all these skewed sceneries and so on. In a way, football matches are skewed. Goalposts can seem massive or small when you're taking a penalty kick. Time can speed up or slow down, depending on whether you're hanging on in the last minute or whether a place can seem threatening or joyful, depending on how tense the mood or atmosphere is in the stadium. And so sometimes I say, do goalposts dream of penalty kicks? Because suddenly they're completely animate and alive and in the scene. And at other times they almost disappear into the background. They are part of the game, but they disappear slightly. And you could also argue about the life of the ball. But imagine you're at Bradford City and somebody kicks a ball over Midland Road stand. Right, that ball then takes on a life of its own. Somebody picks it up, runs with it, might start playing with his mates, do something else. You could open up a whole new world again of football. And so all these things again are. Do you remember when footballers used to say the ball just didn't want to go in? It's not a life. It's not a life. It's not just a ball. You know, it's actually alive. And this is what makes football and ball so gripping. That the world grips us. And the most important thing about the world is finding something to grip you. And when it grips you, go with it, run forward with it. A bit like the great Tour de France footage, where you've got sort of literally people heading to keeping going and keeping going. And this is one of the beautiful things, so everybody keep going, that's it.
My God, we've got the record cafe on tour now. He's supposed to give the talk inside the record cafe. Well, goodness me, that was tremendous, wasn't it? And thanks to the Burton lads for being good sports. Cheers, boys.
Enjoy that Elkie Brooks.
It's coming back to you, mate.
Go to a lot of away games over the years. We've got them having a lot of times. My favourite away visit, because of the corn dolly.
Security.
East Bradford, and now my top two pubs
Go.
going away are both in Bradford. Because this has been phenomenal.
Thank you. We're back on the 29th of November with Dr. Tony Collins speaking about rugby league and the first black coach in rugby league. I think it'll be a bit more static, but there we go. 29th of November, Exeter City home game. See you then. Thanks very much. Paul Norcross.